Hi folks. On the way in this morning I wondered what the hell to do, so I decided I'm going to show you what it's like, and I put my badge on because I think we've done an exceedingly good job this last couple of weeks. Certainly John has, certainly the leaders of the movement have, and I think we ought to respect that. And we respect it because two things: we're standing by our principles, and secondly, we're standing by the principles that I stood as a councillor for in Shirebrook, which is a long, long way away from here, both in terms of distance and intellectually. Let me express that. And I'll tell you something else and all. It gives me great pleasure to stand up in council and say, I oppose that. And it's easy to do. At a recent council meeting, it was moved and seconded by all the Labourites that we support we don't support the closure of the post offices. Right? We don't support that. We moved a resolution and we all voted for it. At the following picket line, I was asked, where are all the other Labour councillors? Sorry, they sent me as a delegate. I lied. But anyway, the issue was very clear. It's people my age who are going to be hit most by the closure of the post offices. And in doing so, we're going to isolate more and more elderly people and more vulnerable people. So I was on the picket line on my own, where all the other Labour Party councillors were sat in bed or whatever else they were doing. The other thing that's very important for me is when we talk about the actual representation of people's interests, it comes out in no better way than last week when we voted in one of the council meetings to spend £48,000 to lock people inside a cemetery at the same time as we're evicting vulnerable people because they can't afford to pay the rent, because the Labour government's forcing up the cost of utilities, the prices, the petrol, the whole lot, making sure that people are so short of money we're nearly desperately poverty stricken. And at the same time we're expected to show deference to a movement that's kicking us in the nuts every other day. I can't do that. When I was elected on council, I was elected on a socialist ticket, and that socialism comes out every day I go into the council. Even when I think we're going to be voting against the Labour government, I do it with both hands. And it's every time. I just want to finish up by saying the reason I join Respect is because I want other people by my side who have got the same principles, because I'll tell you this, the attacks on the working class are coming thick and fast and from every direction, and we need to be as broad as we can be to take on those challenges, and we need to be as principled as we can be to take on those challenges, and we need to be damn principled if we're going to win. And I want to see this all in 2 or 3 years' time where every one of you are Respect councillors.